Hello, my loves. So today is day 10 of getting to know your spirit guides as yourself. And day 10 is all about you get to define and you get to decide what feels safe for you when it comes to connection. It is completely understandable that when you're wanting to hear from your spirit guides, you might feel scared, or you might feel that there is, that they're going to kind of take over your body or do or say something that you might like. Because maybe you've seen things in the movies, or you've heard things from other people that kind of trigger this fear of loss of control and things like that. But you do get to define what feels safe for you, and a true spirit guide will not overstep their bounds. They will not invite themselves into your energy unless you say it's okay to do so, because you're essentially the one in control. And I think that there is this perception that, oh, spirit guides, all knowing, anything that's spiritual is, has the upper hand. It doesn't. It's really important to do your protection work. Of course it is. And that means paying attention to your nervous system. Are you being discerning? Are you actually listening to your body? Because if you're not listening to your body and taking action accordingly, then that's when energy starts to leak. A bit like the example I give is in our physical environment, you may have so-called friends or have had relationships where you have felt taken advantage of, you weren't listened to, you have felt gaslit, undermined, all of those things. And often the case is, one, it was never your fault. Two, we were completely unaware of our feeling of entitlement to our own energy, our own bodies, our own sense of self-awareness, boundaries, and things like that, that we felt like others could have ownership of that. And what I've learned with my guides is that no, I own my energy. I have ownership of that. And at the beginning it was actually really strange because I had been so used to people telling me what to do that now I had this guide that was like, no, I'm not going to tell you what to do. You can think for yourself. You're not stupid, Trude. And there would be times when I would get really irritated because I would assume that they just didn't care. It was really triggering my abandonment wounds and oh, this must be why so-and-so left me, blah, blah, blah. No, it was because I hadn't learnt how to stand on my own 2 feet and how to have a healthy relationship with myself. So today, just open up the space, open your awareness up to, okay, what would actually feel like safe receiving? What would actually feel like safe communication with a spirit guide? I want you to just kind of put to the side, oh, spirit only communicates like this, or I have to do it this way. I'm going to read to you the first paragraph of day 10. Grab the workbook. It's called 30 Days with Your Spirit Guides, and each day gives you a visualization, a practice, a journal prompt that can really kind of bring you back into awareness of that relationship you have with yourself. And it's just really, really powerful. So I'd really encourage you to grab that. So someone else's spiritual practice is definitely not your spiritual practice. You will have people that maybe are casting spells all the time to connect with their spirit guides. I don't. For me, the way that I do it is I do it through meditation, I do it through journaling, and I do it through a good old-fashioned chat. Also, now I'm hearing from my spirit guide. Like there is no, it can only happen through these set of circumstances only, right? But when I was first learning, it was like, oh, do I notice my body feels more receptive, more at peace, more settled when I do this versus when I do that? So it is a journey of you getting to know your body, what it is receptive to, and what it, you know, your nervous system feeling safe to explore. So you have to be willing to actually take the time out and do the physical practices and good old-fashioned taking care of your body, right? So you don't have to adopt someone else's practice just because they swear by it. The thing is, they might swear by it because that's what suits them, that suits their nervous system, that's what suits their goals, that suits their mindset, okay? It may not suit yours. I'm neurodivergent. My practices would not suit a neurotypical person, or maybe a person with my background. If sage doesn't feel right for you, leave it. I don't use sage. If group ceremony makes you want to run, leave it. If a particular framework or teacher makes you feel small or wrong, or like you're always one step away from doing it properly, leave it. Again, discernment, discernment, discernment. Your guides as well, they will not shy away, and this is a sign that you are connecting to light energy, the frequency of love, meaning a true spirit guide, is if you pepper them with questions and you feel safe to do so. It was one of the first indications that I had that I was like, yeah, this is my guide, because I felt completely safe to not only ask questions, but just be irate in their presence, to like, because I was unburdening myself, and there was no feeling of manipulation, there was no feeling of judgment there whatsoever, and it has continued that way for the past 12 years. You get to build a relationship with spirit that actually feels like yours, not a copy and paste, a replica of what you saw someone do on a YouTube video, okay, and not a performance of what spirituality is supposed to look like. Too many people are trying to make spirituality look good. I have had the most spiritual moments, the most deepest moments of connection with my guides when I have just come out of a seizure, when I have gone, what the fuck is going on now moments, crying, when the house is a mess, when I'm not meditating, even when I've just screamed and shouted at my kids and I'm beating myself up for it, and they come in and they give me guidance on how to support myself after. It's recognizing that you as a human can love yourself. Okay, so be curious as to what feels natural to you and start there. Okay, my loves. So if you've got any questions, any thoughts, you can drop them in the comments.